Yeah, good day, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. As you all know, that our session is focused on a very real and important topic that everyone in at one point or the other in their career come to experience it. And for at the moment, we are focusing on how to start your tech career from scratch, even without a degree, without any experience, without a laptop, right? How you can start from scratch and start making progress, start growing over time. Okay, so last week we began by highlighting a major mindset shift, right? And one of them is that you don't need a computer science degree to start a tech career, right? That belief has stopped many talented individuals from, getting started. Many people have been waiting, may possibly to complete a structured degree program, to complete a structured, training session before they can start. But as we discussed last week, degrees and certificates, they are not the gatekeepers of your tech success. What you need is a proof of skill. That is the first thing you need, even for you to land your first job. As long as you can prove that you know what you are doing, nothing can stop you from getting a job, not really a degree. Okay, so whether you learn from YouTube, you learn from a boot camp, or possibly you started learning from with your phone. Okay, the most important thing is that you take the first step. And what is the first step? Starting. Certifications and advanced degrees can come later, right? So we've seen that many beginners place too much priority on things meant to come later, at a later stage of their career. So no matter where you learn from, whether it's from YouTube, from boot camps, or your phone, what is more important is what you can do, not what you studied. What you studied in the university is not a requirement to starting a career in tech. And last week, our guest speakers shared a lot of inspiring stories. One of our speakers, Patrick, spoke about how curiosity led him from using Microsoft Word, okay, into teaching himself HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, all without any formal support or even a laptop, to start with, right? So if Patrick did it, if Patrick was able to start even without anybody helping him to start on his own from as low as a Microsoft Word, some even started just with, even without knowing how to put on a laptop. As long as you have the courage to start, nothing can stop you. Arinze was with us last week as well. Arinze is the co-founder of Talent. I'm sorry, his camera is possibly giving him some issues, but I know he'll be coming live very soon. So Arinze, reminded us that knowledge in tech evolves even faster than school can teach. Most of the things that we are learning in school today are knowledge gotten from the industry. Okay, the best learning often happens in the field. Experience is the best teacher, they always say. So through practice, failure, and iterations, okay, you get to become better. When you practice, you fail, you try it again. You will not fail forever. I promise you. You won't be a forever failure. As long as you are consistent, as long as you've never stopped, as long as you've made up your mind not to give up, definitely you will experience success. That's fact. All right. So both speakers and everyone agree that a smartphone and a strong curiosity are powerful tools, you know, that you can use to start, or you can leverage on to start, learning your start, a tech career. So there are platforms like, Solo Learn, we have Replit, even YouTube. These are great places you can start, especially if you don't own your own laptop. Okay, so all through the last session, we discussed how discipline, hunger, curiosity are more important than the perfect condition, right? You don't have to wait for the perfect time to come, for the best situations, the best emotions to happen before you can start. Even without the ideal resources, without even the best situation, sometimes with just your smartphone, you can find creative ways to learn. You can find resources to lay hands on. There are free resources online, even on YouTube. On this platform, you can, when you search for resources, you can always get them, as long as you have the courage to push. Okay, so some persons, go as far as borrowing devices, even going to a public library uh like Arinze mentioned last week. I also had that experience as well. Okay, or even sometimes you can partner with a friend just to start. The major factor is that you need to start. Okay, so we have a lot of things to discuss, and I'm telling you that this session isn't just about talking, it is the beginning of a continuous community where you can always feel free to share your experience with us, ask questions, and let's grow together, right? So I can see that so many persons are already joined. About five or more are currently live with us. So I want you to say hi, and I want to know where you are coming from. You can just drop on the chat box. I'm coming from London. I'm coming from UK. I'm coming from Nigeria. Currently, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, and I would like to see and hear from you guys. Where are you guys coming from? Let me just turn on the comment section. Okay. All right. I believe you guys can hear me right now. You can hear me perfectly fine. If you can hear me, please, can you give me a thumbs up on the comment section? Can you just give me a thumbs up? Can you say hi on the comment section? All right. Okay. Yeah. So if you can hear me right now, so I want you to give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Thank you. That's Chidima. Thank you for that. Hi. Please, where you can just drop where you are coming from, where you are connecting from. Where are you coming from? Is it Lagos? Can I just get that energy? I want to ensure that everyone is connected and you can all follow me on this session. All right, guys. All right, guys. So we'll be looking at a couple of things today. All right. Thank you so much. You're watching from Nasarawa, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah, thank you, Pascal. I see you. I see you all. You are connected with me. So today we are going to have, all right. Thank you so much. So today we'll be having a very amazing session. We'll be discussing practical steps to so many things that you're experiencing right now in your career. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, watching from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm also in Lagos, Nigeria. How is the weather in Lagos? I hope you are cool. All right, all right. Yeah, yeah. I hope you guys are feeling good. Right. Okay. So, how is your experience so far in tech? I want to hear from you. Are you a beginner? If you're a beginner, please can you comment? I'm a beginner. If you're an expert or possibly you are still learning, can you drop it in the comment section? I want to get that feedback from you guys. Are you a beginner? You can just type beginner. Are you are you currently learning? You can just type yeah, I'm learning. Are you planning to start? You can just type yeah, I'm planning to start. And let's have that chat right now. Okay. Oh, you are learning. Okay. Can see that. I think there's a lag between our networks and all right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, seeking are trying to start. All right. That's super cool. That's super cool. So okay, so whether you are learning currently or you are planning to start, or you've already started, or you are currently trying to advance, increase in your experience, this place is the right place for you. And this is where you are supposed to be every Thursday. So we meet here every Thursday by 3 p.m. West African time to discuss the challenges, share experiences among ourselves, and try to understand everyone's status and everyone's situations right now. So no matter what you're experiencing, no matter the challenges you're facing, someone out there possibly faced similar issues. So it is a cool thing that you come here every Thursday, right, to hear how so many experts and other experts actually were able to uh you know were able to conquer and overcome the situations and the challenges that you are facing currently. All right. All right. Thank you so much. think Patrick is here. Patrick, can you hear me? I think Arinze is here as well. Yeah, Arinze, can you hear me?
Good afternoon.
Yeah. So you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. I noticed you had some kind of network challenges earlier. I hope it's fine now. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, Patrick, I hope you can also see us. Okay, I've added you as well. So yeah, feel free. So you're all welcome to today's session. Thank you so much for joining again. So today we have a whole lot of things to discuss. So many things that will be discussing about tech, about experiences, and about the situations that has been, we've been experiencing when it comes to starting your career in tech. Okay, so today we're going to discuss some of the soft skills that matter most in tech. We're going to look at what are some of the beginner, friendly tech roles that you can look out for. You can start, engaging right now, because there are some tech roles, I must confess, there are some tech roles that are not very beginner friendly, and some are beginner friendly. So one of the best approach to starting your tech career is to begin your career from a beginner friendly, standpoint, and then you can transition to more complex, roles as you grow and as you become more comfortable in tech. Okay, so we're also going to talk about why do you look for, what do recruiters look out for when they are hiring self-taught developers? Because most persons that are joining this session and others that will be joining in, a larger percentage of them will be self-taught. So we are teaching you how you can teach yourself, not just that you are learning online, but you also have the resilience, you have the consistency, you have the communication skill and the consistency to push without letting anybody drive you before you can do anything for yourself. All right, so these are some of the factors that we'll be looking at in today's session and more. Okay, so we're also looking at how you can stand out among employers, right? So there are so many factors, there are so many criteria that employers look out for when they are interviewing you for a tech role. Okay, so we also discuss networking and how you can transition, between freelancing, startup work, and so many other important factors that you need to know as a beginner. Okay, so I believe everyone here can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, can I get a thumbs up from you so I can go ahead and start? We can dive into what we have for today. I want to be sure that everyone can follow up with this session. Are you comfortable with the outline I've just given out today for our conversation? Are you okay with them? If you also have something you feel like we should talk about, I also would, invite you to drop it on the comment section. Tell me, yeah, I want to talk about this. I want you to talk about this. So if we can't catch up with talking about it, discussing about it today, we can uh, definitely schedule another session. Of course, I've mentioned that this session would last as long as this earth is existing. I'm telling you, because we'll be meeting every Thursday by 3 p.m. watts to ensure that you have all the necessary tools and all the things that is required to get started in tech. I'm so curious. I'm so curious about having a whole lot of people jumping into tech, a whole lot of people coming in to become experts. I want to have that energy. I don't want to be the only one doing it alone, because, man, I can't finish it up. There are a whole lot of problem in tech right now. I must tell you that you need to come and join us. There are the good parts, of course, very important good parts. Of course, you have a good career. You have you earn something to, to keep for yourself, to cater for your needs. You earn some little amount of money and take care of yourself. And there are a lot of aspects of tech that you can enjoy, right? So please, I will be bringing in our speakers to share experiences and help me to address some of these factors and some of these topics that I've mentioned right now. Okay, so thank you so much, Arinze. Can you just say hi to our followers? Can you just say hello to them?
Okay, hi friends and hi. So nice. I'm very glad to be here and talking to you.
Yeah. So, Patrick, are you here with us right now, or are you still trying to join? Can you hear me? Hello, Patrick. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. It's okay. I think Patrick is trying to join. It's fine. It's fine. I think Patrick is trying to join us. When he's comfortable, uh, he can join us. Right. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I can see the energy. Some persons coming from Lagos, coming from Nasarawa State and so many places, amazing people. Some persons are just learning, are still learning. Some are seeking to start. In fact, these are the set of people that I have made this session for. Those who are looking to start, you've not started, you want to start, and those who are currently learning, we will also give you the guidelines. We're going to recommend some resources that will help you grow faster in your career. Okay, so let's move into what we have for today. We are going to treat the first things first, and we will discuss many other things. And yeah, so Arinze, are you there? I think. Okay, Arinze is not here right now. Okay, maybe he'll be back. When he comes back, I have question for him. Uh, all right. Okay. So, what are some uh, beginner, should I say, friendly rules that, okay, or let's start with the soft skills first. Maybe let's start with the soft skills, right? So, what are the soft skills that you need as a beginner, right? What are the most important soft skills that you need as a beginner? And when we're talking about soft skills, I want you guys to understand that there's a difference between soft skills and tech skills, technical skills, right? We're going to discuss technical skills later on. But when I'm talking about soft skills, we are actually looking at some of the skills that you need to rework and relate with people, right? As a beginner, there are some very important skills that you need to start working and to start relating with people. It's not always about coding. Sometimes you need to relate your problem. You need to know how to communicate. You need to know how to relate with people. You need to know how to share your problems with people. You need to understand your emotions. You need to understand when you need support from someone. All right, you need to understand how you can appropriately and effectively communicate your feelings without causing any kind of harm to other people's feelings, right? So one of the most important ones that I have come to understand, that I've come to experience in tech, is communication. Okay, so let's take for instance that you are working on a project and could be an error. We experience it a lot in tech. Sometimes you can be done writing a code with a particular functionality. You tested this code and it was working well. The next minute it stopped working, right? At that point, when it stops working, there will be mixed feelings. You won't be happy, you'll be very angry, you will be so upset that you don't even want to talk to anybody. You'll be so disappointed that you feel like, let me disappear from this world. Things like that happen. So, what is the best approach to this? Of course, you know that your emotions are also tied to people's emotions, like your emotions affect other people in the industry. These are some of the things you need to understand. When you are angry and you don't want to speak up, you don't want to speak out for people to know what is going on, it has an impact on others. It has an impact on delivery. It has an impact on the progress of the entire team. Okay, so at this early point, you need to start developing, you know, expertise. You need to start developing the necessary skills that you need. Though you may not need it so much right now, but I tell you that it is still very important at this stage that you are about to start. Just imagine that you want to start, you are having some challenges, and you can't even open up to say, these are the issues that I'm having. Okay, some persons are having issues with their laptop. They don't have a laptop to start, and they keep it all to themselves. They don't want to speak out. Whereas there are solutions, there are resources, there are strategies that someone who doesn't own a laptop can adopt and start building his or her skill in tech. So if you don't speak up, if you don't discuss it with people, how would the next person around you who has that solution come to help you, right? So these are some practical skills that we are looking out for. So you can calmly explain things to your team and work together with people to fix the problem you're having. Okay, that's problem solving, that's communication. And one thing you should understand about tech careers is that tech careers are actually meant to solve problems. We are not problem creators. We don't create problems. Okay, so we try to solve problems, and one of the ways you solve problem effectively is by communication. Okay, so I'm going to throw this also open to the speakers to share their view on the most important soft skill that you need. Some persons cannot speak and they find it hard to speak. So, how do they handle their career growth? How do they even try to start? For instance, I mentioned that if you are still a learner, if you are still starting, if you are seeking to start, you can open up and you know say what state you are currently in your tech. There's a reason why that has to be done, because it gives us the knowledge of who we are communicating with in this call, right? So, Arinze, please, I would like you to say one or two things about the most important soft skills that a beginner needs at this stage. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Prince. I think, like you said, being able to speak up, which you could also talk about, which you could also classify as being able to communicate. I think that it tops the rank in terms of the skill sets that a beginner needs in their career. Also, like you said, problem solving is another soft skill. Most people think that, like in building a career, it's just about the technical skill sets. Oh, I want to do front end development, so I just dive right in. I learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I'm good to go. But there's such a thing as a systematic approach to solving problem, and is a skill set that employers always look out for whenever they are trying to filter from a pool of talent and trying to select the top candidates. Yeah, so yeah, communication, problem solving. I think that something else I would also add to the table would be um, teamwork, ability to work with the team. So I think that the thing with building a career is uh, something else that you can do outside of being a career is maybe just being a solopreneur or just own a small business. And I think that that's something that makes sense if you don't enjoy working with people, just start working and do your thing. But if you decide to build a career, what it means most times is that you're going to work with a company, an organization. And by definition, organization is a group of people coming together to solve a problem, maybe as a business, so they can generate profit and stuff. So that means by default, you are expected to work in a team. Many people think that working in a team just means that I just join the team and I start to work. But it's more than that, right? Teamwork means that, okay, it's no longer about imagine if the sports of football, imagine the goalkeeper, they pass the ball to him and he just remembers that this season I've not scored any goal. Oh, and this striker that has scored 31 goals now, his name is everywhere. They are hailing him. I need to score some goals too for my sake, for my name's sake. And then he takes the ball and starts running towards the opponent's goal post. Like I need to go and score some goals too. You see that goalkeeper has lost it. Like goalkeeper can go through his entire career without scoring even one goal, and he still had a very successful career because it's no longer about, oh, did I score a goal as a player in the team? It's, did I defend the post from as many goals as possible from the opponent? So teamwork means that there's division of labor. It means that this is my duty post, and even though I'm tempted to be here, I'm going to hold my own ground so that my team can be successful at the other things they are doing. It means that it's not going to be about personal glory anymore. I'll be very comfortable that this person takes the glory and I still face my work and deliver my best at it. Right. So teamwork takes a lot of skill sets, it takes maturity, it takes what's the word, tolerance, because if you work in a team, people are going to step on your feet, step on your toes, right? And I think that that's like a soft skill that many people don't even realize that they need to build. Yeah, I think that being able to also what's the word, I think we call it autonomy, but being proactive, I think that's like a very big skill set that a lot of employers also look for. You are in a team. Let's assume you are in marketing or sales, and then the team lead identifies that in this quarter we need to reach maybe 10,000 users, right? Or we need to acquire 10,000 customers. And now your team is out there. You tried out strategy one, strategy two is not working. Then you now come back to, it's not working, no, it's not working, no. And then the next suggestion you have is, let's change the goal. Let's reduce it from 10,000 customers to just 10 customers. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. Your job, the expectation is that the goal has been defined, right? And you have to like take initiative. Oh, this strategy is not working. What else can we do? Can we try this? Can we try that? It's not until the boss comes and say, this is the new strategy, let's try this. Like, can you think by yourself? Can you think on your feet? Can you come up with initiatives? Can you own the problem statements? Can you own the company's goal? Can you take ownership of that goal? I say those are some of the skill sets that people don't always talk about. And when you go on Udemy or Coursera, you say, I want to become a marketing person, a product manager. You don't take courses on those soft skills, but most times by the time you now dive into the workplace, the lack of those skills is what eventually kicks you out or stagnates your growth. All right. Prince, are you still there? Let me just check. Okay, I don't know if Prince is still on the call, but we can actually continue the conversation pending when he joins back in. Right. So those are like on the soft skills side of the conversation. I can see your comments. Praise God. Um, well done, and thank you very much for engaging. So yeah, aside the soft skills, I think that's a second question that we could also like explore is um what are some beginner friendly rules that you can dive into as somebody that is aspiring to start a career in tech? I'm hoping that Prince is going to join back any minute from now. But let's just also take it in that direction. What are some beginner friendly rules that you can explore? So, like he said when he was introducing the session, many times it is better for you to start from rules that are beginner friendly, and I would explain. You could say, okay, AI is doing everything now. There's an AI wave, and you just decide, you know what? Let me just do AI. Now, mind you, you don't have um any technical background. You maybe don't have a degree in computer science or mathematics or statistics or engineering. You maybe just did something like non-technical. You've not really worked with coding before, and then all of a sudden you just want to do AI. Like AI is like something that is very very advanced, right? It's not going to be advisable to start your career from that direction. So a better thing to do might be to ask yourself, based on the background I'm coming from and the skill sets that I have, what is a career path that the skill sets I currently have, which you can call transferable skills, or what's that career path that I can easily get started on by reason of the transferable skills that I currently have, right? So that's something to consider. So roles like product management, data analysis. There's echo coming from. Let me just mute. So roles like there's echo from someone. I don't know.
I think Patrick, can you mute your mic? I'm sorry. Yeah, please, you can continue. You can continue, Arinze. Let me take care of that.
Okay. So roles like say data analysis, product management, Those are roles that you can actually get started on, and you can easily cover um, ground on the you don't necessarily need a technical background for you to at least get to a reasonable level of skill set, right? That makes you employable. Things like say graphic design, product design is also something that you can actually explore, right? Before getting
Hmm? My end. I should refresh my browser.
All right. So yeah, those are some of the rules that you can explore. So I'll just go over them again. Rules like product management. Product management is basically you working in the intersection of the business owner, interpreting the business owner's vision and turning it into product specification, and then working with say developers, working with designers, working with marketing and growth, and ensuring that the product is both built and then taken to the market, right? It doesn't require deep technical knowledge, although it requires a lot of domain expertise. It still requires you to do a lot of learning, skill building, but it's something that would not be very difficult for you to transition into. The same thing also applies to roles like data analysis, right? If you start from the non-coding part of data analysis, like using of Excel, using of Power BI, Tableau for analysis, right? Those things are not very technical because they don't involve you writing code, and you can use that like as a very good career starter. Then there are career paths like product design as well. If you have an eye for design and you already have an interest in design, right? Product design can be very, very good entry points for you into the tech space. Product design is basically like UI UX design. That's user interface and user experience design. Some people call it UX UI, user experience and user interface. Any of them still works, points to the same thing, right? So that's basically you using tools like Figma or Adobe XD to design the interface of products that people end up using before the developers go ahead to translate that design into a functioning product with code, right? So that's something else that you can explore. I think those are some of them: graphic design, marketing, sales, customer support, and then non-technical rules like that. All right, so let me check in on Prince.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. Can you hear me? All right. So can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
All right, guys. Apologies for this severe technical issue with network. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The network was quite bad. Arinz, are you back now?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
I'm so disappointed with network right now. I don't know what to say. Like I feel so bad, but it's fine. It's fine, guys. Please apologies, guys. We just want to take it back from where we stopped. Arinze, please, what was the last thing you said? Like I can't even remember. I don't know where.
So I think it's fine. It's
bro,
fine. It
bro.
happens. It
I don't
happens.
know where. I don't know where I was kicked out. Apologies,
So
guys.
I
Please.
think the last place, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the last place I stopped was, we're talking about the beginner friendly careers in tech. So I
Okay, okay.
mentioned, yeah, product management, product design, non-technical, non-coding stuff, like marketing, sales, customer support, virtual assistants. There's also data analysis in a way, the non-coding side of it, where you use Excel, Power BI, and then
And
careers
all
like
that.
that. Yeah, so
Okay,
that's
okay. I'm quite excited. Please, guys, I hope my apologies are accepted. Please, if you can hear me and if you accepted my apology, can you give me a thumbs up, please? I'm really sorry about this. Like it's not. I don't know. Okay, it's my fault right now, but I just take the whole blame, please, guys. We didn't plan for this. It wasn't part of the whole plan, but it happens, right? It happens, and this actually one of the things that we face that we do experience. There are some unexpected situations that come in that come on board. Even in your career, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you can get laid off for your career. Can be sacked, man. It sucks. So one of these days we discuss it. I've experienced it. It's heartbreaking, very terrible, right? So and so many other things. You can experience bugs and a whole lot of it. Let me see if I let me add the chat. Please guys, if you're active right now, please can you just give me a thumbs up? Let's start from where we stopped. Right? Are you active right now? Can you give me a thumbs up? Can you give me a thumbs up? Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up, guys. Yeah, let me just know that you are back here with me. Yeah, thumbs up, guys. Philip, thank you so much with that two hands thumbs up. That's double agreement. I think I'm okay with that. Thank you so much. I'm happy. At least you are here back with me with two agreements. Guys, is Philip the only one here with me, please? I need a thumbs up. Just a second thumbs up, please. Just a thumbs up, guys. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up, guys. Come on. We can do this. Just a thumbs up. Or is it network? Is network back with an issue again? Oh, right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. I've gotten the second thumbs up right now. So we can just arrange it. I don't know if you would want to go back to that, you know, beginner friendly roles again and just let's have more like a recap on it. I don't know. I'm sorry.
All right. So, like Prince said earlier, one of the smartest things to do when you're like trying to get started in your career in tech is to start from places where you have leverage, right? And I started by saying that, for example, if you, because of the AI wave, decide to try and start your career with core AI engineering, and mind you, what I mean by AI engineering is not maybe going to ChatGPT and typing a prompt. If you type prompts in ChatGPT, you're not an AI engineer. Repeat after me.
Please, you have to be nice with them, please. This is so harsh right now. Like I'm feeling bad. Imagine hearing this at your early stage. That some persons already have this in their portfolio. You can't just remove it this way. This is so bad right now. Arinze, please be careful.
I
But
apologize.
it's
I
fine.
apologize.
Okay, all right. We're good to go. Guys, please, apologies, please. Accepted. Thank you so much. Please, let's
So
proceed.
you
Okay.
you can still say you're an engineer. You engineer things with AI,
Partially.
but
Yeah,
you're
partially,
not
partially.
you're not an AI engineer. Like, let's just put one for you. So something like that. The core
Yeah.
AI engineering is like basically using pure mathematics, computer science, writing machine learning algorithms, like building reinforcement learning models and those things. And they are really, really advanced. Like, even learn how to code most times in AI engineering is not sufficient. You need to understand the mathematics advanced mathematics that's behind it. So imagine you no technical background saying you want to start from there. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe in you, but you face bombs, right? But compared to say starting from something that just gets you started, because the earlier you can get a win in your career journey, the more motivated you are going to be as you go. So some of the careers you can consider are especially in the non-coding career path, like marketing and sales. The truth is that everybody sells something. By the time you go to apply for a job, and then you are like in an interview, what you are doing there is sales already, right? So that's not like some career option that you can consider. Of course, still relative to your interest, things that you'd enjoy doing by the time you pick up the role. Then there are roles like say data analysis, like I said earlier, the non-coding side of it. So the data analysis where you do a lot of like programming with Python and the likes, right? SQL and stuff like that. And then there's like product management. You need a lot of domain expertise, so it means that you need to learn a lot. You need to read a lot of case studies, maybe read a number of product management books, understand how tech products are built, psychology of building products, understand a bit of user experience design, because you do that a lot in product management. But at least it's not extremely technical. It's not something that need to understand the semicolons and the functions and OOP before you can start, right? So you can get started in career paths like product management. There's product design as well. It's technical in the sense that you are doing design literally, and design is a technical thing. It's both art and science. But at least it is something that is still you are still familiar with, because most of us in school during you do a bit of drawing and all of this stuff, right? So if you take a lot of courses and you dive in, commit yourself enough, you can get started in career paths like that. And then once you start on your ground, you understand the industry, and then you have much more time in your hands to commit. You can now begin to like advance into the more technical side of stuff. So the ones that are like more difficult. So that's what I think. That's my opinion on that question. But I guess that there are probably like many other career paths or maybe other approaches that one could take. I'd like to hear your opinion, Prince, on that question.
Yeah, man. There are countless, and I'm surprised you didn't mention web development. Like, you want some of our users to run away from here? I'm a web developer for crying out loud. Are you writing us off the list? I don't understand.
No.
No, but it's fine. I understand. I understand. You've been a product guy and a product manager. From there, has become a founder and all those stuff. I think it's just natural that you flow towards what you are more, should I say, conversant and more consistent with in your career and also in your daily life. So it's normal. Okay, so if less for me, I will mention web development first, okay, because I'm a web developer. So that's one of the things that we have. In fact, one thing about tech and tech careers is that when you come to a particular tech careers, there are subdivisions. But most times, as a beginner, you shouldn't be looking at those subdivisions. You should actually focus on the overview. Like you mentioned, when you go into, for instance, when you come to web development, software engineering, there are a whole lot. And tech careers are not just about software engineering. Okay, so it's not just about being a developer, it's not just about writing codes. There are people that help developers sell their products. There are people that help developers build better. There are people that help developers plan better. There are people that help developers solve the problem in a more, standardized and effective way that people can use. For instance, when you jump and you want to visit a website, let's say you type softzenith.com, many things happen. Okay, you open the website and you start going through the website. Psychologically, there are a whole lot of things involved. There are things you will see on the website, and I tell you, you will not spend 5 minutes on that website, you will run away. Okay, this has to do with user experience, and it is a particular kind of tech role that handles it. Right, you have the product designers, like you said, those who handle the UI UX aspect of it. That you are feeling good browsing and going through a website, that you feel comfortable using a website, was not because the software engineer who developed it was very good in developing it. It was because the user experience was properly attended to. Right, so we have these people who are more like complement, and also they are helping out in making the software development experience a good and a more comfortable thing for the engineers to work on. So we have the product managers that he mentioned. They're also helping out in terms of timelines, in terms of tasks, in terms of deliverables, in terms of targets, and many other things that happens around software development. One of these days, we are going to look at the SDLC, that's the software development life cycle, and we're going to discuss how you can build and how software development happens, starting from the scratch, from the planning stage, the design stage, the implementation stage, and every other stage that a software product passes through, before it becomes or it goes out there in the market to be sold to people, right? So many things happen along the line, and when you understand these whole strategies and these steps, you also know where you fit in. Okay. You see, make your choice of a tech career is more psychological than anything. You need to understand where you fit in and where you feel comfortable working with, what you feel comfortable working with. So if you're someone who likes designs, you like to, you like artistic work, you like to paint, you like colors, there is an aspect of tech where you can, comfortably join in and become good at. Okay, so when we are looking at, for instance, the software engineering aspect, we have front end development, maybe sorry, in web development, we have front end, we have back end, and there are different psychological skills that are attached to these roles that you need, not just the technical skills. Okay, so thank you so much, Arize. You've pointed out a whole lot, you've mentioned a whole lot, and really, really, I think we cannot exhaust all these skills right here. Well, at least I know that we can give them a robust overview, right? A practical overview to what is going on. Okay, so seeing that we have all these skills, and I would
Sorry,
also
I would
want,
like to just also quickly add. There's just like stuff like low code development, like maybe building
okay,
websites with things like
hmm,
WordPress or
yeah,
Framer, um, Webflow. Then there are even things where you can even use like build full stack applications with like something like Flutter Flow, Bob, is it Bobo or Bob or something like that. And then now we also have like AI that allows you vibe code in codes, right? So you can build websites or even apps with platforms like Lovable, Replit, Cloud Code. Cursor is slightly technical because it's also a proper software development IDE, so it's more tuned for people who are like coming from a software development perspective. But then, I mean, allows you to build like solutions completely using AI as the engine. So I feel like AI is also like making a lot of careers more beginner friendly, and that's something that you can like pay attention to.
yeah, very, very important. Some persons have this mindset that AI has come to replace software engineers, and one of these days we're going to discuss it. As at this point, at this moment, AI has not completely replaced us. Okay, actually, it's AI has come to make the work easier for us. Okay, right now, my productivity as an engineer has been multiplied by 10x with the use of AI. Some things that I could have spent 10 days doing, I can do them under one day. So, but I also want to get your your perspective on this. Do you feel, I mean, for our users, if you feel like AI has come to replace software engineers and technical skills, can you give me a thumbs up? If you feel no, I possibly can say a yes. But if you feel like it has not come to replace us, it has come, if you still feel confident going into tech that there is still opportunity for you, can you just type a no? Let's see. Yeah, if you feel like AI has come to replace software engineers and you don't feel like there is an option for you again, type yes. But if you feel and you believe that you still have a role, you still have a place in the tech industry, in the tech space, despite the move and the evolution of AI, please can you just type no? I will get few response and I would know what our users are thinking and what their thoughts are about these things. Who is responding first? A yes or a no? A yes or a no? Nobody's responding. Okay, so that should I take it as a no? Okay, so I believe you guys really, really, really have that mindset that there is still an opportunity. There are tons of opportunities here in the tech space. This is the reason why I actually asked Arinze to bring up some of those beginner tech roles that, yeah, thank you, Bullish. You see, you have a no. Thank you so much for that response. Okay. So, all right. Seeing that we have a lot of tech roles and they have they have their places in the tech industry, in a particular company. For instance, we have different positions. We have the product manager, we have the product designers, we have the software developers, we have sales, we have marketing, and so many other roles. There are countless roles that we can have possibly in a tech team. Okay, so we know that these roles are practical. Beyond you just having the emotional attachment to them, they are very much practical. Okay, so how can a beginner stand out to employers? All right, so we have so many people here who are trying to start their tech journey. Okay, so how can they stand out in the space and get a particular role? If possibly, if possibly, we can look at some specific skills attached to each of these career roles. I mean, tech roles. What are some particular skills that can help you stand out to employers and, of course, help you land a job very quick in the industry? Yeah, Arinze, let me hear
So
from
I,
you.
I think I want to understand the question better. When you say skills that can help you stand out,
Okay.
are you saying maybe in web development or software engineering? What skills in software specifically, or what skills generally? I think I still want to understand that question better.
Okay. Okay. Of course, you know that when you apply for a job, there are some things that employers are looking out for. Of course, they know that you're a beginner. Okay, we are not expecting you to have many years of experience. Okay, so what are the core things that a beginner should have to make him employer friendly, or should I say job friendly, or rather to meet up with the requirements for a tech role?
Okay, so there's something called thinking from first principles, right? So let's try to reason this thing together from first principles. Um, if I'm an employer and I want to hire, let's say, I'm building a startup. I want to build a mobile application as a part of the products that I'm building in that startup to sell. So I need to hire a mobile app engineer, maybe a Flutter developer, so it's cross-platform, and I also still need to hire like a backend developer, maybe Node.js or Django, something like that. Django for Python framework. And then I will also need to hire a product designer, marketing person. Now imagine that there was just only one mobile engineer in the world, one backend, one designer. By the time I see them, I'll be begging them, please just join my team. Like at that point, I'm not even interested in whether they know how to do it or not. Let them first join, right? Then we cannot be figuring it out. Okay, okay, this side is not working. Yeah, let's try. Yeah, take this course, learn it. But you see, that's not the case today. There are like a million and one people that have this skill set. And now when there's a million and one
A whole lot.
people, the next thing for me is like, oh, the supply is excess. I need to find the best for myself and also the best that matches my budget, right? So the narrative has now changed. I'm trying to hire the best person because I'll feel scammed. I'll feel like I feel like a fool if I hired somebody, pay them salary, and it takes me 2 years to get the product out when I could have hired somebody else and in 2 weeks they are done. So the next question I'll be asking, how can I identify the best person? Now, don't forget that this employer is not within your house. They don't know you from Adam, so they cannot just believe in you. I believe in me. I don't feel like for you. That kind of stuff. Like they cannot just so they have to like assess. What do you think I would see as an employer that will make me feel like, oh, I think that this person stands out? Number one, I feel like your traction. Even for startup founders, when you're trying to raise funding, the first thing investors will ask for or look out for is your traction. What progress have you made? So you're a mobile app developer. What have you done? Do you have any side projects you have built? Are there other places where you have worked? The more work experience you have built, the more I can at least feel confident that you know what you're doing. For you to have worked here and there for this number of duration, this number of years or months, right? It means that you likely know what you're doing. So the traction that you have built in your career, the number of frameworks and tools and skills that you are familiar with, right? Then very importantly is your portfolio of projects. Like, do you have a portfolio? Can I see what projects you have built? Like beyond maybe your employment, are there like side projects you have built? So if you cannot show an employer traction, then there's no way to convince them that you are good, right? So now that's one thing, traction. Then I think the second thing will now be the quality of that traction, right? And that is why if I don't know if you saw the recent wave with Meta trying to hire AI engineers, right? You notice that Mark Zuckerberg goes to Scale AI, hires the CEO, buys half of the company for $14 billion, goes to OpenAI, starts to hire people for $100 million signing package. Why is he going for those guys? Why is he not going to Unilag and UNN and trying to take someone that just study computer science? Those guys have traction, one. Two, they also have quality, right? Attach that traction. So number one, they've gotten job experience in AI engineering. Two, look at what they built. Like these guys literally built ChatGPT and the world is dying for it. So that means the quality of what they built is solid, right? And that's why you see that if somebody worked at maybe Money Point or Flutterwave or Kuda and it's in their job experience or more, people want to hire you more. That's not just hire worked in a startup that nobody knows the name, right? So the quality of your traction matters a lot. Now, one way that employers will measure quality of traction is maybe the brand of company you've worked at. But for most beginners, right, you probably don't have plenty of work experience, and most of the other people applying with you don't also have work experience. But when I see your side project, what's the quality of your side project? Like, is it giving this guy took his time, paid attention to detail, paid attention to the user experience, or is it giving that this guy just opened a Udemy course, replicated the code, and just added it to his GitHub so I can have a portfolio project, right? So number one is the traction. Number two is the quality of what you've done, the quality of that traction, right? Then I think that your presentation skills, your confidence in yourself, right? I think one of my friends once said something casually. He said he did an interview and then they asked him also how much do you want to be paid for this role? And I was like, oh, it's like 2 million naira. It's like he's a software developer like over 4 years experience or something like that. So 2 million naira, and then like, okay. Then later on, he got the role. Then they're like talking to him. They said they had interviewed somebody else, and when they asked him how much do you want to earn for this role, the person said, I'll manage 400K. And now this is a company that can afford to pay you 2M, 3M. It's like you did not do your research. Now, the mere fact that this guy said 400K, you'd have thought that maybe this was like, oh, well, at least this guy is cheaper. But no, that was the reason why they did not hire him. Just like this guy probably doesn't even know his worth, right? Everybody wants to work with a winner. When somebody shows up, with confidence, when somebody knows their worth, when somebody understands the value that they carry. Yes, you can say at the moment, this is what the company has, we can't pay you that much. And then, okay, no problem, I'm going to work with you because I align with your vision. But if you sound anything that looks like a loser, I don't think anybody wants to work with you. Then I think that's something that's also very underrated, something that I should have even put first before the traction is your visibility, right? If I ask everybody here now, hi guys, please, I'm in an emergency. I need to make a flyer for a program, maybe a program at church or a program at my company. Please, I need a graphic designer. Please, can you recommend one for me now on the YouTube channel? Can we just do an experiment? Recommend a graphic designer for me on the comment section. Just mention the name of anybody you know. That is a very good designer. I want a good designer, please, please. Now, what name is coming to your mind? What graphic designer is coming to your mind? Whoever is coming to your mind, you realize that the only reason they're coming to your mind is either they post a lot about their work, you have seen their work somewhere and you admire it, or they're in your close circle of friends, so you know them very well that they do good graphic design. You are not recommending those people, or you're not thinking about those people because they are the best designers in the world. No, the best designers in the world, person is probably in Kurodu, or someone is in Lekki, or somebody's at Ukraine, and somebody's at Philippines, and they are like way better designers. But if I ask you to recommend a graphic designer to me, you'd only recommend a graphic designer that you know, that is visible to you. So people don't actually select the best people. So you can go and develop all the skills and become the best in your field. Nobody knows you. Nobody's going to select you. Nobody's going to hire you, right? What people hire is not the best people. People hire the available best. People hire the visible best, right? So Imagine the point where Messi got scouted and hired by Barcelona, and imagine the point where C. Ronaldo got scouted and hired by, I think it was Manchester United. There was a company there was a club he was at before Man U. But imagine at that point where he got scouted. Imagine they never discovered those guys. Imagine for some reason the scouts skipped them for some reason. They would never be the world best player today. They are not the world best player because they were just the best. They were the best because one, they are good, and two, they were visible to the right club at the right time. So visibility matters in your career, right? So you don't just want to be good, you want to be visibly good, right? You want to talk about what you are doing, you want to show up, you want to be out on put your work out on platforms like LinkedIn, on Twitter, you want to shout about it. You want to make noise about what you do on your WhatsApp status so that people around you can be aware of what you're doing. So whenever I come to this call again and I do an experiment and say, tell me the best graphic designer you know, they will think about you because you talk about it and they know you. But many of you here are learning a skill and then nobody knows you. If they're in a session now, say, recommend me a data analyst, they can't think of you because you've never mentioned it. It's only you and your God that know that you're a data analyst. So how are they going to bring opportunities to you, right? So I think that these are some of the skill sets that you need to stand out in your early stage.
Wow, I think the aspect of you and your God knowing what you are doing, man, it's not bad. It's not bad, but you see, you need to get money. Please speak up. Please talk about what you do. Even if it's on this session, please. In fact, let's experiment this. I need you to, on this comment, on the comment section, can you just say one thing that you can do? One thing, just one thing. Even if you're not good at it, okay, can you just respond with one thing you can do or one thing you are planning to start doing? Like you want to start, maybe I want to be a web developer, you want to be a graphics designer, you want to be a product designer, you want to be a data analyst, an AI engineer, whatsoever you want, you are planning to start right now. Let's experiment because you need to start speaking. In fact, I feel like that's we should have done this earlier on, like a long time ago. You need to start talking about what you do, man. It can't be overemphasized, right? The available best is what people go for, right? They don't know what you are doing. That's your expertise, that your competence that is inside your brain. I don't know about it until you talk about it, until you speak about it, until you make a post about it, right? So one thing is that you don't even know how much and how far your post can go and who can see your post, right? Even as you are on this comment section, you don't know. You can just type, yeah, I'm a graphic designer. And next thing, yeah, uh um Arinze would ask me maybe anytime in the future and say, that guy that just typed he was a graphic designer, do you know him? Can we just reach out to him? I have a very important urgent gig that needs to be delivered right now. What's not happen in tech is that sometimes some roles can be urgent. Okay, they just need any available person. I'm telling you the truth. Sometimes they don't have the whole 1 month, 2 months, 2 weeks to go through recruitment process, to go through strict screening and all those stuff. Some companies don't have that leisure of time. They don't have that amount of period of time. Okay, they just want someone who at least can lay hand on and hire instantly. It's a matter of days, weeks, even hours. There was a time a role came across my table and I was asked to place someone there under 12 hours. Okay, so how will I actually get someone to fill in a role within 12 hours? What do you think would be my response? I would just drop it. I'll just go to my social media, go through my chat box, just go through my profile, go through some persons that have been posting about their code, about their progress, about what they have been doing, and I'll start chatting them up. Hey, are you available for this role? Yeah, like, can you just come? Can you just fill it up immediately? And that's how it works. Okay. Of course, we'll talk about networking, but networking cannot happen when people don't know what you do. They need to know what you are doing, no matter how small. Okay. You can start today. Let's say you attended this program. It's something. Yeah, you attended a program where you were taught how you can start your tech career. The things you've learned in this program, you can share them online. Sharing them online gives you visibility. It gives you the traction he's talking about. That someone can literally say that, yeah, person is in tech. There is no proof of you even knowing anything about tech. Okay. Sometimes, even without you starting a role, there are some opportunities that can open up for people who are willing to start a tech.
Your mic just got muted. Your microphone just got muted. Check the plug. Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's
Is it
back on.
back now? Okay, so as I was saying, it must not be like a regular job, like, filling up a regular position in a company. Sometimes it can be a learning opportunity, a kind of a free training opportunity that you need to engage in to shift in your career. Okay, but because you don't speak about it, people don't even know if they should recommend you, whether you're interested in any tech training or not. They don't even know what you have been doing with your time all over. Some of the questions people recruiters ask when you come for a job interview is, what have you been doing for the last 2 years? What have you been doing for the last 3 years? And one of the ways they can have a proof of what you have been doing with your time is with how much you talk about it. Okay. So thank you so much, Arinze. Like, I really appreciate your comments, and you've really said a whole lot of important factors that we need to put into consideration. Okay, so there are so many things, things that can make you stand out, in a regular job competition or in the tech space. Okay, so you need to just show that you can do something. Of course, it is important to have the skill to do something, and it's also very important to show that you can do it. Okay, showing that you can do it starts with you talking about it, start with you making posts about it, start with you having a proof, of course, a practical proof that this is what you can do. Okay, one other thing that is very important that you need to show is proof of learning. Okay, so don't wait to have a perfect time, that maybe, let's say, you got admitted into Harvard or one of these big schools before you start posting about your learning progress. Okay, you need to start, even you can even start your own program for yourself. Let's say you can go online, right? You can go online and say, I want to start a 100-day coding challenge, and this is what I want to build for these 100 days. Day one, I want to learn how to open an editor and start writing a basic bootstrap on HTML. Day two, I want to create a basic homepage for, let's say, a restaurant application. Day three, I want to add this feature and that feature and that feature. You just list it out, and you stay consistent with all that you have stated that you want to do. Okay. This proof of learning, this particular strategy, gives you the ability to voice out your hunger and your ability to drive yourself in the tech space. People want to have, experts want to hire, companies want to hire people that can take responsibilities for themselves, people that have the ability, the drive to move regardless of what situations they are. Okay, so you need a real world experience as well. You can offer yourself for, as of course, as a beginner, you can just look for, you can actually look for a free opportunity. Let's say you have a school, you have a business, you can just go out there and ask them that you want to build a solution for them. Even if they don't want to accept it, just do it. Okay, yeah, just do it. Let's say there is a shopping mall around you, and you can approach them and say, I want to build a shopping mall web application for you, or I want to design a business card for you, I want to do this and do that for you. Even if they don't want you to do it, just do it. It gives you the ability to present yourself. It gives you the ability to present what you can do. It gives you the ability to sell yourself. Okay, sell yourself by making it possible for people to know what you are doing and bringing out what you have done for people to see. Very, very important. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, Irene. I think we have actually said a whole lot, and let's look at some other things that are very, very important, and some other things that we need to, pay attention to. Right now, we're talking about you not keeping to yourself, you having the ability to voice out and talk about the things that you do. Okay. And that also boils down to having the right network of people around you. Okay. So if you are a graphic designer and you are selling your market to people who don't want graphics design, it will be very, very hard for you to grow. You may not find the right encouragement, you may not find the right audience to encourage you and to push you to take further steps in your career advancement. Okay. So now I want you to chip in something and say, like, what is more important? Are we looking at, is building the right network important, or building the right skill? However, if you feel that they are both important, what is the best approach that you need to take? Do you need to build the network first, or you need to build the skill first before building the network? So, what's your opinion on this, Arinze? I think you are
All
muted. I
right.
can't
So
hear you.
I think that I'll go with the third option. I think it's very difficult to want to compare both of them side by side to say this is more important than the other one. I think that, yeah, equally important. So like you said, the right question would be, what's the approach or what's the dynamic between the a beginner acquiring skills and then trying to find network. So I'm building network rather. I think that is let me start from like discussing the whole concept of like networking. I think that the way many people think of networking is just go on LinkedIn and then just keep on sending connection requests to many people. Hi, I like what to do. I like to be in your network. I'd like you to mentor me, then go to an event and meet many people as possible and say hi. All the big men, all the CEOs and seniors. Hi, sir. How you doing? I'd like to network with you. I'd like to network with you. Why? Because you've attended a program and they told you that networking is very important. Well, imagine me as somebody that's like or imagine yourself, you are a senior at maybe Microsoft or Apple or any of those big organizations. It took you years to get there, and then randomly at an event, one person just comes, hi sir, I'd like to network with you. Now it would make sense if it's just one person. I could just look at the person and say, they don't really know much, and maybe I could just like consider them or something like that, right? But when you're at that point in your career, it's not just one person actually telling you, I'd like to network with you. It is usually a number of people. So at that point, the only thing I was just thinking is like, what's wrong with this guy? Go and do your homework, right? What do you mean by like to network with you? So if you think of networking from that angle, the definition of networking begins to change. But it doesn't mean that networking is not important, right? So I think, or I'm of the opinion that the right approach is always to start by building your skill sets, because the right definition for networking is an exchange of value, and what that means is that it is mutual. You want, this person is a valuable person. There's something that they can give to you, and you also have something that you can give them in return. I'll give you a very classical example. I'm sorry, please give me a minute.
Okay. So, wow. Arinze is trying. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you a classical example. There's this person, I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he talked about going at an event and he spoke. He's very like he's a very top person, right? And by the time I was done speaking, many people were like, "I sir, I'd like you to be my mentor." Like typical question that many beginners ask, and he just like, so many of them. Like, how many people do I want to mentor? I also need my time for myself. I still want to grow. And he just like did not like respond to many of them. And then someone in the audience just raised up his hand and said, hi, sir. He said, yes. He said, sir, I noticed that you have a Facebook page, you have an Instagram page, you have a LinkedIn page, you have a Twitter page, then it's still Twitter, but you don't have a Wikipedia page. Sir, I can build a Wikipedia page for you. Oh wow, really? I didn't even know that someone can build a page for you on Wikipedia. You know what's come and then give his contact, and then that's how the site stuff. You did build a Wikipedia page, and then the guy did get access to him on a one-on-one basis, right? That helps you understand that networking is primarily mutual exchange of value, right? No matter how big you think somebody is, there's always something of value that you can do for them, that you can give back to them. And many times that value can just be as little as, hi, sir, I see that you are a leading product management voice in the nation. Sir, you see, I've been learning product management for the last 3 months or for the last 6 months. I've worked on this project and this project. This is the current project I'm working on, and this is where I'm having an issue. Now, if I'm the one, I'm listening to you say this, wow, this person is serious. Wow, this person has started something. Right? This person is stuck and they actually need my help. This person thinks I know this thing well enough. Like at that point, it makes sense for me to want to give you feedback, right? So that's why I think that it's always a better thing to start with building yourself, building your skill, right? Don't forget that skill is not only hard skill. Building your ability to communicate, building traction, like building your portfolio, do something, right? So I think that you should be starting from your skill set, right? What's the career path you want to pursue? What's something you can start to do? And then while you are building that skill, you don't have to wait until you are done building the skill before you now start to meet people. No, if you do that, you are just going to waste a lot of valuable time, right? While you are building the skill, you can now like network with people based on the skill set you are building. Find angles of value that you can offer. The person that said, I want to build a Wikipedia page, in the process of learning, I realized that, oh, most prominent people um have Wikipedia pages, and like his ability to come up with that on the spot shows problem solving, creative thinking. That is a soft skill, right? It means that the person has done his background, he researched this person, he realized that he has a page here, there, and he's asking himself, what's the point of entry I can use to talk to this person, right? And then, oh, he doesn't have that's creativity, that's problem solving, right? That's skill building, right? So build your skill set, and as you build that skill, ask yourself, what is an entry point via which I can connect to this person? What's something of value from the skill set I've built so far that I can give to this person in order to connect to them, right? And then I think to round it up, I'll just say this: if you are able to successfully connect to somebody without anything like in between, it usually doesn't last. If you just meet me somewhere and just say, hi, I'd like to network with you. Hi, my name is Arinze. Hi, take my number, take my number. By the time you send me a DM, what do you want to tell me? Like, it's going to be very empty. But if you come back and say, hi, I did this, I did this, I did this, and this is what I want to do next. By the time we want to talk, we have something to talk about. We have something of value that's going to spark a conversation, right? So I think that you should start with skill, and then you can now use that skill to exchange value in the place of networking.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The truth is that they are both very important. Okay. And the best way is to put them together. Okay. So skills, according to what Arinze has said, and also from my own observation and experience, skills, they are what help you to do the job. Okay. Of course, like he mentioned, you need to have value. You can't just walk up to someone and say, I want to do ABC. Help start. I want you to mentor me on ABC, whereas you don't have the skill it takes to deliver such value, right? So you need to have the, the proper skill. You need to have the, at least a level of competence in what you are doing. One of that is your ability to have the confidence to communicate what you are doing, like he mentioned. Okay, so you should develop the confidence to represent your value, and then you should also have the ability to build the skill to make you that will make you valuable. Okay, value is important. Your ability to present your value is very, very important. If you are an expert in graphic design, for instance, and no matter how good you are, you don't know how to pitch it to Arinze, Arinze will not hire you. Arinze needs to hear your value first before he can start testing it. Okay. So communication is very important. And like, I don't know, we can't just throw it out. You need to know how to present yourself, present your value. So while you are building the skill, you should also start. Networking is also a skill. So when we're talking about skills at this point, networking is actually a skill. Okay, so but when I'm referring to skill, we're looking at the hard skills and the soft skill. Thank you so much. uh the third eye is just giving us that reminding us that very distinction. Yeah, networking is a skill, but actually networking is a soft skill, and it leverages more on communication. Okay, so we have hard skills. That these are the technical skills that you need, and we are actually referring to technical skills and networking. I think that's the right way to bring that balance. Okay, so networking is what helps you to find the job. Then the technical skills are what helps you, you know, to do the job, like coding, like design, like problem solving, all those stuff. These are technical skills, but networking helps you to find the job. Okay, let's take it this way. Let's say that you are learning web development and possibly you started building a simple website. So I'm seeing it that you have learned HTML, you've learned CSS, and you can put them together to make something nice. Okay. So what happens if you come out every day and post about it on LinkedIn? Let's say you come day one, you post your progress on LinkedIn. This is what I've been doing for the past few days. I'll be doing in the next coming days, right? So you are posting that you are making progress. People are able to see the progress and the impact that you are making on the career you are building. Okay, that alone gives you the ability to build the right network, because even LinkedIn and some of these social media platforms are very intelligent to start recommending people who are very close to what you are doing and what you are posting. Okay, so you see them bringing recommendation, even sending you as a recommendation to some persons and say, can you connect with this person? Because they can see that you are posting about web development, they see you are posting about graphic design, and they have some persons who have been doing that as well. So they will do the job for you. They will try to link you guys together. Okay, they will try to bring you guys together in one space so that the communication can be so much smooth and very well interesting as it is going on. Okay, so please, networking helps you to find a job. Skills, the hard skills, are what will help you to do the job. So if you are starting out, focus on learning and building small projects. As you are building, there is a special part of your building stage where you need to talk about it. This gives you the ability to network with people. Okay, don't hide what you are doing. Share what you are learning. It must not be what you are doing. Even what you are learning is very important that you go public about what you are learning. Okay, if you are doing, let's say you want to start learning or taking a course on Udemy, you want to start a course on Coursera, even on YouTube, talk about it. Don't hide it. Say what you are doing. Make sure that your progress is public. I'm telling you, this is very, very important. Make your progress public at whatsoever stage you are. Be proud of what you are doing and go public about it. Okay, try also doing the same thing, and think this together will help you, build a very successful career in tech. All right. So back to you, Arinze. We're talking about building the right skill and also going public about what you are doing, right? Okay, I don't think Arinze is here. Okay, I think his network has disconnected. Okay, all right. So we're talking about, you building skills, getting the right skill, and also trying to sell your skill to the right people through networking. Okay, there's one approach that can also help you. We've discussed your ability to post online, talk about what you do, go public about your learning experiences, go product about what you are doing, and all those stuffs are very, very important. One other thing that you need as a beginner to go public and also to secure yourself a very nice opportunity and get your skill to the right people who would actually pay for it is to build a portfolio. Okay, so what is actually a portfolio? Think of a portfolio like your resume. Okay, your CV. It is a proof, okay, of what you are doing and the progress you have made for whatsoever number of years or days that you have started doing what you are doing. Okay, so your portfolio, like, is your resume. It's what contains the proof of your work. Okay, you need to find a way to make people know what you have been doing and what you can do. People are able to judge your ability and your capacity to do something based on what you have done. Okay, the story around your career is very, very important. Don't hide it. How you have moved from step A to step B to step C is very, very crucial that you document them and you go public about them. You need to communicate so far and your progress in your career. Okay, so if you are not able to sell yourself, people don't want to hire you because you can't sell what you are building. Even if you want to be the best, if even if you are the best engineer in the world today, the end goal is that whatsoever product you are building, people get to make use of it. Okay, and recruiters want to be convinced that whatsoever thing you are building is what you can sell. All right, so if you can't sell yourself, how then can you sell your products? Okay, so there are like simple steps that can help you to build a portfolio. I've adopted some for myself over the years, and it has been changing as I make progress and as I transition from one level to the other in my tech career. Okay, so one of them is that you need to do small projects. Start with something very easy, something as simple as, let's take for instance, you are you are pursuing a career in software engineering. Let's say you're pursuing a career in web development. You can start with building a personal blog. I tell people this a lot. A personal blog, very, very simple. You can do a to do app, just a simple interface that contains tasks, your crude operations, create, read, update, and delete. Something very simple. Okay. Sorry, I reset back. Okay, so something very simple that can show what you have been doing and what you have the capacity to do. Very important. What you have been doing and what you have the capacity to do. Okay, when you build your app, let's say you are building a simple website or a personal blog, like I've mentioned, the next thing is to host it online. It is not enough to have something, it is not enough to have a project. It is also very important that your project, your small project that you are doing, goes live. So host it online. There are a lot of free resources that can help you host your product online. There are we have Vercel, we have Netlify, we have Render, and so many of them. You can just go there, create a free account. Even GitHub pages, they can help you create a free account, host whatsoever you are doing or whatsoever you have been doing online. If you're a graphic designer, gather all your works, all the graphics materials you have been doing, put them all in a file and put that you can send them to Google Drive and share the link. Tell people to go and look at what you have been doing. There are platforms actually for every career has a platform where they can showcase their work. Okay, for developers, you can always build a portfolio or a landing page, or you build your product on Netlify, Vercel, and the rest. Okay, so the next thing is that you need to know how to defend what you have been doing. Write a few lines about your product. Go online and say, hi guys, I've built a to do app and this is what it does. These are the tools I use to build it, and these are the lessons that I've learned building this app. If you can keep this up and consistent for like 1 year, 5 months, 3 months, whatsoever number of or period of days that it will take you to land a job, I'm telling you, when you will hit it, you will be very happy, because people and recruiters and everyone out there who wants to hire you, they need to see what you have been doing. They need to have a proof that you can do whatsoever they are hiring you to do. All right. So the next thing is that you need a GitHub portfolio. Very, very important for developers. Let your progress be trackable on GitHub. You should have your codes, commit them to GitHub. GitHub has a way to reveal your progress and the speed at which you make progress in your tech career. All right. So if you're always consistent with GitHub, it shows how dedicated you are to what you are doing. All right. So, Arinze, are you back? Okay, I think Arinze just left again. Okay. So these are very important skills that you need to build your career. So please, I think we spent a lot of time in this conversation. I would like to hear from you guys. If you have any question, please kindly drop chat box. We can attend to your questions right. We are going to do justice to your questions. Drop your questions here. And also, if you have not subscribed to our channel, as I should have mentioned this earlier, please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because this very session will keep holding every Thursday at the same time, 3 p.m. West African time. All right. So please do well to subscribe to our channel, hit the subscription button, and yeah, you are in. So please drop your questions on the chat box. Do well to ask any question you want, anything that you have been passing as anything you feel like is a challenge, anything that wants to stop you from starting, your experiences so far, you can drop them here, and we'll do well to answer your questions and provide the best practical experience, to go about such situation. Right. We've discussed so many things as well. So many things have been mentioned today about what you need to build a successful career in tech. And we'll also ask you questions that are very, very important that you need to answer for yourself. And one of those questions is, have you built anything? These are the questions that recruiters get to ask you when you want to land a job. They want to know, what have you done? One of the hardest questions that I've actually been asked is, what are the issues that you've passed through and how did you overcome them? You think this question is very easy. If you don't keep record of your progress, you won't be able to answer this question. Okay, so you need to do something, no matter how small. Okay, have you built anything? You need to create the next Facebook. That's important, but you actually don't need to create the next Facebook for you to have a very standard personal portfolio. Okay, all you need is to do the basic things, the little things that can show up for your effort, little things that can show for your skill, the little things that can show your progress. You need to put them out there and let your employers know that this is what you can do. And how curious are you? Are you a problem solver? You need to be someone that you are open to asking a lot of questions. You are trying to figure out things on your own. You don't need to wait for the best mentor in the world to help you figure out things. Okay, you go to Google, you read documentation, you go to YouTube, search for solutions to your problem, look at what people have been doing and how people solve such problem. And very, very important, you need to be consistent. It's not always about speed. Speed is very important. It's also about showing up regularly. You need to always show up, even if it means a single post in a week. Maintain it and always show up to put up this post, and it's a proof of your consistency. Yeah, Arunze, thank you so much for coming back here. I don't know, have you connected back? Can you hear me? All right, guys. Sorry for all these technical issues. So, just a recap, and so much for joining us. Thank you so much for this continue. And I would actually love you guys to always come with your questions so that we can help address them from this platform. And if at any time you have a question, also drop your question on the comment section. We will always address any question we discover on the at the even after the end of this session. Find do our best to ensure that we do justice to that question if it was a question. Okay, so please, if you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe. These are the ways that I want to give to you. One, you don't need a degree to start program to start a career in tech. You have a question, you can still feel free to drop your question. You need to start with the basic things that you can actually afford to start with. If you have a laptop, good, start with your laptop. If you don't have a laptop, you can start with your. Last week, we did justice to some of the platforms you can use, start building a career, you know, to start building a career in tech. So not having a laptop is not an excuse. Start with your phone. Start with your phone. There are a lot of resources. If you listen them, drop comment on the comment box. Tell us, guide you through them. Okay, and then you need to speak about what. Keep mute. Don't hide what you are doing, even if it is learning. Okay, your learning progress and push them online. So they are part of your growth. They help you to speak about. Okay, like Arinze mentioned, the available best always get hired for a job. Okay, you can be the best, but if you're not known, if you're hidden, nobody would actually hire you. Okay, I see someone drop a question. What is the best way to use AI in learning programming? Okay, Arinze, you're back. Thank you. So someone just asked, what is the best way to AI and learning programming? Okay, one thing is that you are learning, you're trying to learn. So you are learning programming and you want to use AI. Because there are different aspects to doing this. You have to be sincere to yourself. That you solve the problem with AI doesn't mean that you have the competence and the skill to solve that problem. Don't deceive yourself. Always stay very sincere whenever it comes to solving a problem with AI. In the aspect of learning, one approach you should use is to have an insight to what you want to learn. Let me give you an example. Let's say I want to do web development. The first thing is that you need to ask AI to explain web development to you so that you actually understand what it is to be a web developer. Not just is web development is not just about coding, because one thing you should learn about AI is that AI is very specific and is very focused with response. Okay, so when you're giving AI ambiguous questions, it will give you ambiguous response. Okay, so you have to start from the basic things, from the basic questions, then build up to the complex ones. All right, so the first thing is that you need to ask AI to explain that very career path. Let's say you want to learn JavaScript, for instance. Ask AI to explain JavaScript for you, then ask AI to tell you the basics and the requirements for learning, the basic skills and the basic knowledge that you need to possess before you can start learning that very skill. Because some skills require some prerequisite knowledge and prerequisite experience before you can go into them. Okay, let's take for instance, you want to learn React. React is a framework that can be used that is used to build web front end. Okay, if you want to learn React, one of the is that you should be able to program in either JavaScript or TypeScript. So if you haven't learned how to program in JavaScript and TypeScript, learning React will be very difficult for you. So the first thing you ask AI to explain the career you want to embark on, explain the criteria, the required prerequisite. So after AI had given you the prerequisite skills and the requirements for that career, tell AI to give you the course outline to learning that particular skill. Of course, within the prerequisite that AI had given to you, you should be able to determine if you have enough knowledge, if you have enough of those prerequisites to proceed. Okay, so if you don't have enough of those prerequisites to proceed, you should start asking AI to recommend resources to help you build skill on those prerequisites. For instance, you want to become a React developer, a React JS developer, and you never had any experience with programming. Let's say you never had experience with learning TypeScript or JavaScript. When you ask AI to present to you the prerequisites for learning React, AI will actually tell you that you need a foundational knowledge in JavaScript or TypeScript. So because you don't have this knowledge, you would know where to start from. Of course, you should know that going with learning JavaScript should be the first thing you should do. All right. So when you get this approach and this process is correct, you will be able to have it. What tech skills? Someone asked a question, say, what tech stack should I learn for freelancing? All right, there is actually nothing like AI part. Of course, Ariza had mentioned earlier that we have AI engineers and we have professionals who use AI to deliver their job. Okay, they are not the same. Okay, there is an AI learning part where a learning part for AI engineers where you want to learn how to possibly build models, train models, or possibly you need to understand how to leverage AI like LLMs in solving real life problems, possibly in automation and the rest. Okay, these are all AI learning parts. But if you want to learn a skill with AI, you are not going through an AI, let's say an AI profession. You're just you making use of AI to solve your problem in your learning experience. Okay, so if you want to learn freelancing and you don't want to use AI, let's say I'm actually referring to AI chatbots, LLMs, chatbots like ChatGPT and the rest. You don't want to use them to learn. Well, I don't know the reason why you don't want to use them because, let's for me, I think they are actually the easiest for you to work with as a beginner. Learning through LLMs like ChatGPT and the rest is actually very easy. What they do, let me just give you an insight on what other information that you would have gone to search for your internet, and they try to analyze them. They give you the best kind of response with the information they've gathered from the internet. So whatsoever response they are giving to you is not totally different from what you when you go and search for these things yourself. Okay, so but the best question should be, what other resources can you use to learn your skill as a beginner with that is not AI? So you can work with YouTube videos. You have courses on Udemy, you have courses on Coursera, you have documentations online. There are so many websites that give documentations on programming languages and okay, like programming languages and libraries and SDKs and so many things online. There are a lot of documentations on them. You can search them. Okay, so actually, okay, you said with AI part, I mean going for AI related job, right? There are so many skills when it has to do with AI, and you need to understand the basics before you go for an AI.
So I think that what he's saying is that what other career paths can he go for and become a freelancer aside like being an AI person, maybe an AI engineer or any AI native career? What other career paths can he pursue and still become a freelancer and earn
Okay,
without the AI career
all right, there
paths?
are many of them. I think we mentioned them earlier on. How the product design, we have data analysis, we have programming as software engineering, web development, and mobile app development, and so many of them. You have graphic design, even you have videography, video editing. You have data analysis. I don't know if I mentioned data analysis. There are so many other tech, what's it called, tech career path that you can explore that are not AI related. Okay, but if your question is how you can go for an AI related jobs, then you need to go down to the basics. Learn the basics, at least learn a programming language. Okay, learn a programming language. If you are going for analysis, learn some data analysis tools. Okay, if you are going for one of the best programming languages right now for AI is Python. So you can start with learning how to program with Python, and from there you can advance in your career and learn other tools related to whatsoever thing you want to build with AI. Okay, so Irene, I don't know if you want to say something about all these questions around here.
I think you really did justice to them. Sorry. Yeah. I think, maybe one other thing I'll maybe add to Godfrey's question, where he said, "What's the best way to use AI in learning programming?" Like you said, one way to think about AI is if you are learning a skill in classroom, say secondary, you would have a teacher that's teaching you that subject, and usually the matching ratio is like one teacher to 20 students. If it's a public school, maybe one teacher to 100 students. And if you're at university, 100 level, 20 level, imagine you're learning programming as a computer science student, you have one lecturer to 150 students, so somewhere in that range. So one thing that will help you understand is because lecturer is breaking it down, but still, one of the disadvantages of learning in that environment is that the lecturer doesn't exactly have your time. So you already understand it. Somebody else is dragging you back. Somebody else already understand it. When you ask a question, do you feel like you're dragging them back to they skip you? But imagine having a lecturer that is focused on only you, like a personalized lecturer. I think that if you think of AI as you finally having the money to hire a very, very experienced lecturer or teacher as your private tutor, then I think that's one of the best philosophy in imagining AI as a learning tool. So now you want to learn TypeScript, like you said, you have a course. I think I would still advise that you have a course that you're using alongside using AI tools. Maybe you have a course from YouTube or from Udemy or from Coursera or from Talent App, if there's one there. And then you are like following the course diligently. There's something you don't understand. Then now you go to AI. Why is this thing like this? And then you say, okay, then you're back to your course. So why is this one like this? And then explains it to you. Now you have a project you're working on, you are stuck. I'm working on this project and I'm stuck here. What are like possible ways to go about it? It gives you three possible ways. Now, imagine you had the one-on-one lecturer, a private tutor. He could have done all of those things for you, but you don't have the money to afford the private tutor. So think of AI tools or AI platforms as a private tutor or a private lecturer in your house, in your pocket. You can carry them wherever you go. And you can ask questions. And the beauty with AI is that they're even more creative than the private lecturer you could have asked. You can tell AI, I've just learned um object-oriented programming. Quiz me on it, like quiz me, ask me 10 questions consecutively, and then I'll try to answer you based on the current understanding I have. So now in real time, somebody can create a test for you. In real time, someone can create an exam for you. I'm looking to work on a project to practice my object-oriented programming skill set. Please tell me a project that I can try, and it comes up with a project for you. So a private tutor that's with you that is creative can answer your question, will not judge you, will not make you feel emotionally down, will not feel like you're dragging it backward, will not say you're too forward. It's going at your pace. It is creative. It's only limited by your imagination and your action. Like the limit is now you, where the amount of action you are willing to take in your learning journey. You are the new limits.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much, Harinze. Thank you so much. I believe Shinmen, I believe we have done justice to your question. But if we still haven't done justice to your question, don't worry, you can just drop more questions on that comment, and we'll surely do our best to provide more answers. But I believe that we have your questions to a very large extent, right? So then we no longer have network issues again. Okay, so I don't know, I don't know if that will ever happen, but apologies for all the network lags, the glitches, and everything. I think Arinze is a founder. I believe one of these days he's going to get us a solution that will help us, solve network problems. But right now, until then, maybe one of these days we are going to use your talent app for our live streaming. I'm looking up to that day, happening. Of course, he's a builder. I'm also a builder with the world's problem. Welcome you all to this session. Whenever we come live, do well to join us. Okay, we'll be having other speakers, other people coming in to join us going forward. Arinze is always here with us as well. He's our person. So if you have any question, always reach out to him. He's Arinze LinkedIn. I'm saying his name right now. So go to LinkedIn. Don't be afraid of the things he mentioned about. Ask him any question, even if it is crazy. Ask him. All right. Okay. So also Prince Yusomag. I can see our names on the screen. These are our official names. So when you go to LinkedIn, you can also search me with these names. Search him as well. You can go to Softzenith, follow Softzenith on social media platforms because we have a whole lot of plans. We have a lot of strategies that we have devoted a lot of time in preparing for beginners. So very soon we'll be launching out hackathons. We'll be launching out, Q&A sessions. Of course, I'm sorry that here on YouTube we don't have the ability to allow everybody to speak up, and the communication is more like coming from our end. I mean, you can't speak, but one of these days we are going to host a session where everybody. Okay, so that point, that time is also coming. We will have that planning, and please, if link on this form of this session, you have a registration there. Please do well to register, and we can always inform you of our programs. We have many other programs that will be coming in the coming days, weeks, and all. But for now, holds as long as there is life. We'll always come here every conversation with you to have a good time with you. Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Thank you so much. Arinze, do you still have anything to say with us? Okay.
And no, thank you
All
very
right.
much, everyone that tuned in, everyone that asked questions,
Yeah.
everyone that tuned in. You made the session very, very engaging. I had a very good time, and I'm looking forward to future sessions.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
you're
love
very
you
nice
guys.
one, friends. Thank you for
Yeah, thank you everyone. I really, I really appreciate it. So guys, all right. So have a very nice, should I say day or evening or whatsoever, but it has to be nice, whether it's night, day, morning, whatsoever it is at your end. Just have a nice everything. Thank you so much. Bye guys.
yeah. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.